friends, welcome back. Continuing our Austria journey, today our friends Benny and Dolly are taking us to places outside Vienna. You must have heard about concentration camps set up by Hitler during Second World War. Most horrible conditions existed in these labor camps. Hitler used them for suppressing his political opponents, Jews, communists, etc. One such very brutal camp was set up in Mauthausen, Austria. I used to read a lot about Hitler, his army called SS, and his concentration camps. Particularly because it's tough to understand how human beings can treat their fellow beings so cruelly. There is one thing which is not very apparent from these concentration camps. So it's about how he used these camps for forced labor. In Mauthausen camp, the prisoners were used in quarry business by other companies. Prisoners from around 120 countries lived in this camp.
Oh, the names.
So sad to see all the names and addresses of those prisoners displayed here. There is also a museum with plenty of information, newspaper cuttings, etc.
After they had been registered and their clothing and belongings had been taken from them, the prisoners were led into the basement of the laundry barracks opposite. Alberto Todros, an Italian, recalls what happened here. They take us to some stairs that lead into the basement of the barracks. Clothing, suitcases, parcels remain lying in a heap outside. Those of us at the front go down the stairs, come to a room in which other prisoners shave.
So this voice was from the audio guide provided to us. When prisoners arrived at the camp, all their belongings were taken away by the SS guards. After that, they were given uniform with symbols indicating their category. For example, the Jews were given an yellow star. One prisoner remembered there were 8 toilets along the left wall. Along the right-hand wall was a urinal. There were no partitions in the room. Even here, the prisoners were denied any private sphere. When the camp started, there were no female prisoners. Female prisoners were brought to the camp much later, probably in 1944 or early 1945. As soon as Hitler took charge of Germany in 1939, he annexed Austria to Germany, and this camp started immediately after that. So the Prisoners had gone through unimaginable misery. The barracks could occupy about 300 prisoners, but sometimes there were about 2,000 prisoners in each of those barracks. In the Schindler's List movie, when the prisoners are brought to the bath area, we are almost expecting the poisonous gas to come out of the showers instead of water. Before gas chamber, the SS men used very primitive method to kill people.
Heuriger barrack എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ലോണ്ടറി. Gas chamber.
This is the granite quarry just outside the camp. Prisoners were supposed to bring the stones weighing up to 50 kilograms. Now these 50 kilograms can be carried easily by probably a very healthy person, but these prisoners were malnutritioned and ill-treated. So they had to climb those 200 stairs, and most of the time they used to just fall off from the stairs, or they used to just die on the stairs. So these stairs are called stairs of death. Several countries have built their memorials here outside the camp.
ഇതൊക്കെ എങ്ങോട്ട് പോകുന്ന
പലയിടത്തും പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ബുഡാപെസ്റ്റ്, ബ്രാതിസ്ലാവ, ചിലപ്പം മറ്റു സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ പോകും. അതായത് ജർമ്മനിക്ക് പോകുന്നുണ്ടാവും. എനിക്ക് കൃത്യം അറിയില്ല, പക്ഷെ പലയിടത്തോട്ടും പല രാജ്യത്തോട്ടും പോകുന്നുണ്ട്.
നമ്മള് ആ മലയുടെ മുകളിലേക്കാണ് പോകുന്നത്. ഇവിടുന്ന് എത്ര ദൂരം കാണും അവിടെ വരെ? 12 കിലോമീറ്റർ ദൂരമുള്ള ആ മലയിലേക്ക് പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അവിടുന്ന് നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ വേനെ മുഴുവൻ കാണാം. ഈ നദിയുടെ പേരെന്താണ്?
After this depressing experience, we decided to go to Kahlenberg viewpoint to get a good view of Vienna after crossing Danube River. In Austria, the residential areas are divided into several districts. People's preference is to live in areas which are more hilly and which is more green. Kahlenberg is one such district. A bit cloudy, it rained very heavily after this. So we got a very nice view of the Vienna city. There was a restaurant up there and lot of tourists as well. Schnitzels for our lunch. Benny and Rolly insisted that we should have it, and they treated us to 2 big plates of schnitzels. Next we are going to see Grotte. See Grotte was a gypsum mine in early 18th century. Gypsum was used a lot for agriculture those days. Grotte is cave in German. Hitler's war prisoners worked here as well. In 1912, an accident happened and the mine was filled with water. A 20 million liters of water was filled in the mine and it had to be pumped out. Even today, water continues to fill the mine, so every day the water is getting pumped out. As a result, a subterranean lake was formed in the mine. The initial mining activity started with just 18 people with this many items shown here. Temperature is always at 8 to 9 degrees, so we need warm clothes to enter the mine. So if you come unprepared, the warm clothes are provided at the entrance. So we can go for a boating in the mine, and it's a major tourist attraction these days. The mine has 2 levels and it's about 60 meters down the ground level. Our guide is taking us for a boating. Difficult to believe that there is such a big lake existing below the ground in this cave. Three Musketeers spot. വലിയൊരു ലേക്കാണല്ലോ വലിയൊരു ലേക്കാണല്ലോ ക്ലിയർ വാട്ടർ. ഉണ്ട് അത് ആ ഒരു കളർ കാണുന്നില്ലേ, ഇത് എനിക്കത് ജിപ്സം ബ്ലൂ കളർ എന്നല്ലേ പറഞ്ഞു. So this is our first experience going into a mine, that too going into a lake in the mine. miners used to bring out the gypsum using hoses. The horses were so scared to get inside the mine as it was very dark. So they had to blind the horses so that they won't be scared to go into the mine. The golden board there was used for 3 musketeers' shoot, it seems. Time of World War II, German army used this mine to manufacture the aircraft parts. The fuselage was built in the level below and horses were used to bring this up using these lanes. This is a very interesting mine. It saw 2 different levels of human activities in 2 different centuries. In the 18th century or in the 19th century, it was used for agriculture, for mining gypsum, and in 20th century, it was used for war-related activities. Both Benny and Dolly worked for UN at Vienna for a very long time, and they showed us the UN building from the outside.
ഇവിടാണ് ഇതാ ഈ ബെന്നി വർക്ക് ചെയ്തത് കുറച്ച് മാസങ്ങൾ മുമ്പ് വരെ.
We were taken for dinner to a Heuriger. Heuriger is a place where the local winemakers serve their own wine. Heuriger comes from the Austrian word Heurer, which means this year. Essentially, Heuriger is a place where newly produced wines, particularly young wines from the most recent harvest, are showcased and enjoyed. Apart from wine, Heuriger typically offer traditional Austrian dishes and snacks that pair well with wines that being served. Rest of our friends also joined for dinner. It was very interesting to listen to their conversations and their experiences while working at Vienna. Dolly was an excellent host. She knew how to pick the right food, the right drinks. We enjoyed that evening with our friends at Austria. Thank you. We hope we will come again to Vienna.